In this video, we are going to talk about Luna, some of its recent price action, the important support and resistance areas, and where we can expect the price of Luna to go in the next few days and weeks. So we will be looking at the weekly chart, and what you can see here is Luna has been in a very clear downtrend for years now, with it consistently getting rejected off of this trend line since 2023, and it being in a downtrend even earlier since 2022. But more recently, since late 2025, we have actually seen Luna start to be in a local uptrend, with it consistently getting higher lows as well as some higher highs. This is still only in the short term, and it did not break above this trend line, and it is still in a downtrend in the long term, but it is definitely showing some positive signs in the shorter term. And more recently, since April of 2026, Luna got rejected off the trend line again and started dumping very aggressively, and it is now getting very close to this trend line that behaved as support multiple times in the last few months. We have not seen any signs of support from there just yet, but it is getting very close to the trend line. It didn't hit it just yet, so in the next few weeks we will need to see whether Luna can get support from there or if it will break down below it right away. As I said, there aren't really any signs of either scenario just yet. Luna did recently break down below this crucial area of support that we have to support many times in the past, as well as the resistance a couple of times as well. We've seen this area as support multiple times in 2025 as well as in 2024 and 2023, but it did recently break down below it. And now the next area of support, as I said, is this trend line. Also guys, if you are enjoying these videos and you want more updates about Luna as well as other altcoins and the rest of the crypto market, if you're getting any value from these videos, make sure to subscribe to not miss any future updates. It helps the channel way more than you know, and it allows me to continue making these videos, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. And now let's continue with the analysis of Luna. Another crucial thing to note is that Luna has been moving with a pretty strong correlation to Bitcoin in recent months. Since February of 2026, we have seen Bitcoin get a pretty significant rally from about 60k all the way up to 82k. And during the time, we've seen Luna rally as well and actually significantly outperform Bitcoin, with Luna getting a rally of nearly 3x during that time. But then since Bitcoin started dumping in early May, we've seen Luna get rejected off of this trend line and start dumping as well. The dump by Luna has been very aggressive, but Luna is still higher than where it was back in February, so it is actually slightly outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently almost all the way back down to where it was back in February, slightly above it, with it being around 64k or so. And I do think that it is possible for Bitcoin to get another relief rally all the way up to around 70k or so. Bitcoin has been struggling for a couple of months now since May, and I definitely do think that another relief rally for it is possible. But even if it does happen, I would expect it to be a lower high, as I said, to around the area of 70k, maybe to 75k or so. But I would not expect it to get all the way back up to over 80k, and I would definitely expect it to be another lower high like it has been creating for a while now. Bitcoin is still very clearly in a downtrend, and I do think that we are still clearly in a bear market. So if Bitcoin does get that relief rally sometime soon and Luna gets support from this trend line, I definitely think that it is possible for Luna to also get a relief rally of its own off of this trend line and probably get another lower high, with it possibly getting all the way up to this trend line. I would not expect it to cross this trend line or get a trend reversal rally or cross the previous high. I would expect it to continue with its long-term downtrend, but I definitely think that it is possible for Luna to get another relief rally sometime in the next few months. But as I said, we are at a crucial decision point in the next couple of weeks. We need to see whether Luna can get support off of this trend line or if it will break down below it. If it does break down below the trend line and closes a weekly candle below it, then there aren't really any crucial support areas for Luna. Really, the only support areas are all of these previous lows, but these are support areas that are not as strong since Luna only got support from there one time each. So it would definitely be a pretty concerning sign for Luna if it does break down below this trend line. And I have to say that even if Luna does get support from here and a relief rally going all the way up to the trend line, as I said, I would expect it to most likely get rejected off of the trend line and not get a trend reversal and eventually continue to dump further and be in a bear market. As I said, I think that Bitcoin is still in a bear market, and if Bitcoin is, that means that most of the crypto market in general is as well. And historically, in bear markets, altcoins tend to underperform Bitcoin. Of course, there can be some exceptions, and honestly, Luna does have a chance of being one of those exceptions. The structure of Luna has been surprisingly strong in the last few months, since late 2025, with it being in a local uptrend and it outperforming Bitcoin for a few months now, and it is actually one of the better performing altcoins across the entire crypto market. But again, I still think that the chances of it outperforming Bitcoin in the long term are very slim, and I would expect it to most likely continue to be in a bear market as well and continue to head lower as Bitcoin heads lower. I think that even if Bitcoin does get the rally I talked about, it will most likely eventually get rejected at those areas of 70 to 75k and eventually go all the way down to 60k and even back down below it and probably get to new lows for this bear market. And if that does happen, I think that the chances of Luna continuing to rally and being in the local uptrend are quite low, and I would expect it to continue to dump further into this bear market. And I would expect this bear market to continue for at least a few more months, at least until late 2026. And I would not expect Luna, as well as basically the entire crypto market, to get any significant rallies until we are back into a bull market and Bitcoin can get some significant rallies. So of course, this is not financial advice whatsoever, but I would personally avoid being heavy into altcoins at the moment. I would only consider being into some very selectively, only the ones that have a very good structure. Luna can honestly be one of them. I would want to first see it getting some support from this trend line before I could consider maybe being into it, but even then it would only be in the short term. As I said, I'm not optimistic about Luna as well as basically the entire crypto market in the long term. I would only stick to being into Bitcoin and maybe some Ethereum, but I would mostly avoid altcoins. So hey guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it and you want more updates about Luna as well as other altcoins and the crypto market in general, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.